All right, all right, all right. Today's review is going to be about Brok the InvestiGator. And let me tell you something. This was a very fun gaming experience on this game. I had a blast with it. And it's being labeled first of its kind, as in the first punch and click adventure. You're like, wait, what? Punch and click? What is that? Well, it takes the point and click game genre and the beat 'em up genre and blends them into one. And let me tell you something, it works. And it works very well. Okay, so before we talk about the point and click gameplay and the beat 'em up gameplay that's so well blended, what is this game about? Now, before I go on, this is going to be a totally spoiler-free review because the story that takes place in this game is wild, and it has multiple endings, and one is being labeled as the canonical ending. And if you get that ending, woo, it's trippy. And I hope there is a sequel to this game that uses that. Because oh man, just play it. You gotta play it. It's crazy. It's crazy good. And I can't believe nobody's talking about this game. So, what is Brok? Well, is he an alligator or a crocodile? Oh man, I don't know. Anyways, so he's a private investigator. He's a former boxer turned private investigator. So that fits the point and click gameplay very well because, when you're playing, if he's talking to people and there's points of interest that he gets, then he jots it down in his little clue book. And you see that happen on the screen. And you can go to the menu at any time and look at the clues he's written down. And that goes for any items he has picked up, anything that helps his case. And the cases kind of roll into the next case. It's crazy. This game is just so well made. It is. It really is. So something else I want to touch on as well for the point and click gameplay is done very well. You enter a new area, new room, whatever. You can hold this button down and it shows you every point of interest on screen, except for one item, and those are the collectibles. And I want to kind of touch on that for just a second. So there's 3 collectibles on every area, every screen, whatever you want to call it. And you can go to the menu and it shows you how many you got for each area. And I like what they did with the collectibles in this game. I don't know how many there is in total, but so you can get hints in this game to help you along. And how many hints you get is how many collectibles you have acquired over your game playing experience. So I like that. That adds a little incentive to find all the collectibles. But I mean, as you're playing, the stuff kind of some of the puzzle aspects, they're challenging, but it's a good challenge. And sometimes you can come across a puzzle or like a door or something else, and you can either solve it or you can get through it with brute force. And what I mean by that is this is where the beat 'em up gameplay has its turn. So with the push of a button, you can switch over from point and click gameplay to beat 'em up gameplay. Smooth transition, push of a button, boom, that's it. It's pretty damn cool. I mean, I love beat 'em ups. And I don't love point and click adventure games, but I do like them. I will play them. So the blending of these two genres this is awesome. So The beat 'em up gameplay is pretty much bare bones. You got your punch, jump, and then you can do aerial attacks. You do everything. You When you defeat enemies, you get experience points, and then you get the currency in this game, which is called Unis. And I'm going to touch on the lore here in a second. But you can level up. You can when you level up, you have your choice between 3 different things you can upgrade. You can upgrade your health, strength, and special attack. For my gameplay, I'm mostly focused on health and strength because, Brok is a former boxer, so why not? I upgraded the special attack every once in a while, and that got me pretty much through the whole game. So, yeah, that's it on the gameplay. So let's touch on the lore. Okay, so backstory in this game, there was, I believe, from my understanding, there was some great war, and it polluted the world. So now the upper class citizens, they live under a dome, and the lower citizens live out in the ruins. Everything is being overtaken by robots, by the government or whatever. It's a pretty crazy world, and they flesh it out pretty well. And that is one of the things that hooked me when I was playing, and it just immersed you. And also Brock's story, what he's trying to do, what he's trying to accomplish, it all just hooks you. And I'm telling you, I don't want to spoil anything whatsoever. Just play this game and you'll enjoy it, especially if you like any of the 2 genres that it blends, point and click and beat 'em up. Now, if you're not a fan of those 2 genres, that's okay. Still try it. Why not? There's demos on every platform, I believe. Also, if you have always wanted to try a point and click game, but you never have really played one, play this one. It's done so well, and it just hooks you right from the start. Okay. So not only all of that, you have in the game, you have 3 difficulties to choose from. The first one, I don't even think it's called easy mode. I think it's just called story mode, which just there's no fighting in it whatsoever. It lets you experience the story that the game presents you with, and then you got to figure out put together the cases and the clues and stuff like that throughout the different chapters. And then of course you got normal mode. That's where you experience everything in the game. And then of course there's a hardcore mode. I did not try hardcore mode because I was trying to get all the different endings. And let me tell you something. I don't know how many endings, 7 or so, but I already talked about the canonical ending. Towards the end of the game, the story gets trippy, man. You just need to play it. It's a great game. It's a great experience. And not only that, it looks like a cartoon. I watched the trailer and I'm like, whoa, what? This looks like a Saturday morning cartoon. I'm definitely playing this. Oh, and something for all of you out there, if you ever watched, you're growing up, it was back in the early 90s or whatever, the Disney afternoon cartoons, there's a reference in there. There's a reference in there to one of those cartoons. And when I saw that, I was like, what? No way. Yeah, it's cool. It's crazy. You'll enjoy it. Okay, not only all of that, something else I want to touch on is the voiceover in this game. Every character you meet has their own lines. I think there's something like 23,000 different voiceover lines. That means every character you meet, enemies, everything has their own voice. That is what hooks you It immerses you deeper into this game, into this story, and you want to see it through the end. And I've already touched on the endings. I'm not going to go into that anymore because we're already getting long in the tooth here. And so with that being said, let's talk about what I'm going to score this game as. Okay. So I'm going to do a 10-point scoring system for my reviews. And for this game, I've praised it enough. I really don't have any complaints other than the beat 'em up gameplay is bare bones. But to me, that's fine because Brok is a private investigator, so fleshing out more of the point and click gameplay is fine by me. The beat 'em up, you just need to fight enemies, get past bosses and whatnot. Other than that, if you notice, some of the fluidity of the graphics of the animation is it's not exactly smooth, but I'm fine with that. Other people might have a complaint about it, which I have heard here and there. But, other than that, I really have no complaints about this game at all, really. I hope there's a sequel. Cowcat Games, make a sequel. Come on, make a sequel, do it. Anyways, so I'm going to give this an 8.5, a solid 8.5. I almost gave it a 9, but I was like, you know what? There's no perfect game. I know point and click and beat 'em up isn't everybody's preferred, way to play games. They don't like it or whatever. But hey, you know what? That's fine. Not every game is for everybody. But you know what? This is a solid 8.5. You got to play it. I guarantee you, if you like any one of those genres, you'll like this game and you'll enjoy it. You'll have a blast playing it. I guarantee it. So you know what? 8.5 from the Disgruntled Gamer, which also gets the Thunderdome seal of approval. Pow, baby! Yeah! All right. Hey, what are you still here for? Get out of here, man. That's it. Get out of here.